a happy holiday live on the Wendy Williams Show.
Now let's get started. It's time for Hot Topics. Well, in case you don't know, the holiday season is in full effect. And we're kicking off our holiday gift grab today in honor of the holidays. My entire studio audience co-hosts, as well as my staff and my crew, all the cameramen, everyone, we're wearing our ugly Christmas sweaters. They're not so ugly, actually. As ugly sweaters go, right? They say, ho, ho, how you doing? I want to thank our friends at uglychristmassweaters.com. They made them just for us. Thank you. All right. So, I actually watched the Housewives of Atlanta last night with the volume up. So, Kim and Kenya got into it. Okay, after Kenya attacked Kim's daughter, Brielle. Now, first of all, I want you to know that this all happened at Kenya's home, and Croy, Kim's husband, is sitting right there. But nobody jumped up at the obvious slight. Take a look.
Worry about your life and a daughter you pimp out for John Legend tickets. See whose she'll suck for John Legend tickets, bitch.
Let me tell you something, bitch. Because you will not talk about my daughter. That's where you cross the line.
Yeah. Worry about your No. Take that trailer park, bitch, out.
I'm talking about my motherfucking daughter,
you already did.
Damn, wait a minute.
You know what?
Wait.
The cool thing is that she didn't have a nip slip. You know those big cannons and that little white thing going on right here? Nothing. I described the wrong video, by the way. That one's coming up. But anyway, Kim was wrong for tweeting about her daughter, wanting to have John Legend tickets. I believe she said something to the effect like, who do I have to pimp my daughter to get John Legend tickets? You know, Kim and Brielle are very, very close, and Kim and Brielle apparently go to the same doctor. Brielle is very young to be seeing doctors. But that's Kim's life, and so, all right, fine. Croy was not in the room, but apparently he was on the set. Maybe he was back, you know, in the control room or something like that, looking at the camera guys. Anyway, they cleared it up. In my opinion, you don't mess with Kim, because Kim will mess with you back. You know, she's not that girl. She's not that girl. But, Kim, you were wrong for saying that about Brielle on social media. You asked for it. I mean, you asked for the trouble, and now that Kenya is allegedly pregnant, well, we'll find out. She'll be here tomorrow. Now that she's allegedly pregnant, then she'll have to deal with how to deal with social media with her own child. So anyway, Portia also threw major shade at Kim's daughter. This is the one I was describing to you, right in front of Kim and her man. And it went unnoticed by both of them. It was, okay, I'll set it up. So, they're at Portia's house, okay? And then Croy and Kim are sitting on the couch, and Portia's over here. And after the slight was made, they left like civilized people. There was no fight, no sideways conversation, no nothing. It's like it went over both of their heads. Unbelievable. Portia, you got that off, girl. You did that. Take a look.
You don't mention someone's children,
Absolutely.
period, and your injured son and your whole daughter.
Ho daughter. Now, if Kim didn't jump up for that, and Croy didn't jump up behind her, then I don't know what the blonde is going on. Like, the dye must be seeping into her brain. Are you serious? Portia, score. All right, so now look. There's not a place for every girl at the top of the class at Boston University. You know what I mean? Sometimes a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. I'm not that girl, but maybe you are. I used to judge you, but not anymore. Because if these men out here finance you and you take advantage of it, who am I to hate? You know what I'm saying? Yes. I used to judge. I don't judge anymore. Okay. So with that in mind, might I present the latest in Floyd Mayweather's life. Okay, so Floyd is claiming that his ex-girlfriend, Chantel Jackson, Miss Jackson stole his money, he says, and used his credit cards to the hilt. Now, Chantel is currently dating Nelly and stars on the E! Show Platinum Life. In the meantime, Floyd and Chantel were together for 7 years, but they split 4 years ago. But you know, Floyd has his ways. And sometimes when you have those ways, you can be petty and still be talking about a relationship that ended 4 years ago, and she's moved on to Nelly. Well, he's suing her allegedly for domestic abuse. Oh, no, excuse me, I'm sorry. She's suing him for domestic abuse. I know. Not the hands of iron, not the hands of iron, no. No, domestic abuse, defamation, invasion of privacy, and much more. Well now, and by the way, why are you still suing him if you've moved on to Nelly? If I were Nelly, I'd be pissed that he was even still in your mouth, just saying. Did that look correct? Was I talking correct? Okay, okay, okay. It's a show, I'm giving you a presentation. So now, remember, they've been split up for 4 years. I don't know that he's moved on, but he's got a stable of women, so he's moved on and on and on and on, I'm sure. But he's still countersuing her, claiming that she used his credit cards and his cash stashed around the house for secret shopping sprees. Good girl. I'm not judging. She couldn't get into, Tufts. So what is she supposed to do? Lay on her tuft and figure it out. Apparently she's a good one. So Floyd claims that she bragged about the shopping to a mutual friend, and that's how we found out. Well, you know what? It's not called secret shopping, Floyd, if you're traveling the world constantly and she's there in Vegas and that beautiful mall with all that juiciness across from, I can't even think of them all. They have everything. Everything. And to have a stack like this and a credit card like this, and your man's out of town, and you have no degree, I'm not judging, I'm just presenting the picture. You know, she's got no visible means of income. She allegedly had things sent to another location. Smart girl. Yes, you send that stuff to your childhood home. Let me tell you something right now. Mommy, Daddy, if I was in that situation, you would be instructed to fill my childhood home with Hermes and Saint Laurent and Gucci all day. Ezedine Alaya, rest in peace. Yes, all the best. On Floyd's tab, why not? And you got money lying all around the house? After 7 years of being together, look, girls, I mean, oops. All right, I'm good at hatching a plan. Look, 3 is the magic number. In 3 months, you know whether you want to stay. In 3 years, if you're not engaged, there's a sitch. But also in 3 years, even if you're not engaged, this is when you go in because now you present yourself as Mrs. Mayweather Jackson. Why not? They were together for 7 years. Can you imagine? Every time she walked into Neiman Marcus, they'd be like, hello, Miss Jackson Mayweather. She'd be like, hello. 7 years later, you know, charge it. Floyd, you's a sucker. Just saying. I like your teeth, though. All right, Billy Bush, you've heard about this. He's speaking out about the infamous Trump Access Hollywood tape. Well, you know, Access Hollywood's on NBC, and The Apprentice was, at that particular point, the #1 show at night on NBC. So Billy recently wrote an op-ed for the New York Times, and he confirmed that it was Donald Trump's voice on the tape. He was there with 7 other guys on the bus. Yep, that's what he's saying. He said he thought he was listening to what seemed like a stand-up act. He also says that he was just stroking Trump's ego. Well, #1 show at night, you know, you don't want to mess it up. So Billy went along to get along. I always said Billy had nothing to do with this. And with 7 other people on the bus, Trump is trying to deny that was his voice and trying to say that they edited it or something like that. This is a good time to be a Bush. I'll tell you why. Billy, you speak out. He's gonna be what, on Colbert?
Colbert tonight.
Tonight, yep. He's still talking. He's gonna do his rounds. And then before you know it, he's gonna toss it. Because actually, what he did doesn't seem as bad as what's going on now, right? What you should do, Billy, is you should try to apply for Matt Lauer's job. Why not? I'm just saying. Not that you'll get it. I don't think you're qualified, but there are people who aren't qualified for many jobs these days who have high positions. Doug, you heard that. Oh, Billy. Oh, the DMX of it all. Oh, please. I don't want to give you an early Christmas present. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay, so DMX is definitely going to prison. It's definitely his fault. Earl, what had happened was Earl pled guilty to tax fraud and faces up to 5 years behind bars. The tax fraud is, I don't want to say only, because only is relative to your wealth, but it's an only for the amount of money that this man has amassed in his time being famous. $1.7 million is the difference between you and seeing your 15 kids with 9 babies' mother. Not judging, just saying. But $1.7 million is not a lot in the DMX scheme of things. I'm sure there was somebody who would have probably bailed him out of that, but had them work for him, or had him work for them, you know, for a while. You know, busted, go. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. No. Now you do it in Jersey. Now you're gonna do it in LA. No, get out there, X. We're going to Chicago next, but because I paid your $1.7 million. But that's the game. Allegedly, DMX insists that he be paid in cash for his gigs. So, you know, when he does party up, y'all gonna make me? When he does that, he wants to be paid in cash. And he also had his royalties deposited in other people's accounts. What the sloppy 15 kids and 9 babies' moms. You know, DMX, if you would have just put down the pipe and picked up a calculator and met more with your accountants than meeting with that line left on the table. Rough justice. True talk. Come on now. So he's gonna go to jail. He'll probably do a year, then he'll come out, and he'll probably go back to the same thing. How old is DMX now?
46 now.
46 years old. 46 years old, 15 kids, 9 babies' moms. I don't see him changing, you all. He's gonna go to one of those groovy prisons, you know, where they shrimp, firm ones, you know, with shrimp. He's gonna go to a groovy prison. He'll be there for like a year, watch, but he gets sentenced in March 29th, actually. Good luck, DMX. This is your fault. Do you like to pop up on the scene on your kids? Yes. I do. We were in Tampa this past weekend. Told our son we'd be home, you know, Sunday morning. But really? Saturday night. At 9 o'clock, we were there. So, you know, I'm calling the whole time, trying to figure out, you know, me and my husband, you know, all right, what are you doing? What are you doing? Not bugging him, just letting him have his freedom. You know, he's in the house and so on. So I'm like, all right, so Saturday night, what are you doing? Hot boy. He says, I have to work. I was like, okay, all right, well, me and your father will see you in the morning, Sunday morning, right? But we're at the airport, Come on, pilot, go. So we get back home and we pass by his job and peer through the window. And there he is. Oh, the Long Island median of it all. Medium. All right. The medium's name is Teresa, you know that, Caputo, and she's 51 years old, and her husband, Larry. They were married for 28 years, but she announced apparently last night that they're legally separated after 28 years of marriage. I like that other picture of her, though, by herself, where the hair is really pushed up. Yup. Yes. Nothing says happy holidays like a whole bunch of hairspray, right? All right, so the show has been on for 8 seasons. On the show, she says that they both changed and grew apart. That's what she says on the show. My thought is that even for her, and I know what you're thinking in your mind, couldn't she see this in the future? I know, the joke. But you know, when they first started dating, she told him that she was psychic. And by the way, when she came here, he was right there in the audience. Like, yeah, they worked together, so I don't know how this is gonna work. But anyway, she told him that she had these mystical powers. And so he stuck around anyway. And I guess that's cute for 3 months, even 3 years. You know, 3 is the magic number. Okay, maybe 6 years, multiply 3. And then they have 2 kids together, but the kids are grown, they're adults, they're out of the house. My thought is that he probably got more enamored with her once these powers got discovered by TV. Like maybe things were falling apart right before then, but then all of a sudden I'm getting a show and oh my gosh, my wife, she's got the power. The show may have reinvigorated the marriage at first, but after a while, I guess, you know, if it's broken, then you can only put but so much paste on something before it absolutely breaks. So, you know, I'm sorry to hear about that. Two good-looking people, you know. I think that the show will survive without him. I don't watch the show. I understand he makes appearances on the show, but he's not the medium. She is the one with the mystical powers. Teresa, you'll be fine. And Teresa's soon-to-be ex-husband, you'll be fine as well. Sorry to hear about what's going on. Good luck. LL Cool J is hard as whack. They're whack. LL Cool J, Todd James Smith of Queens. Congratulations, he's 49 years old and he became the first hip-hop artist to ever receive the Kennedy Honor, the nation's highest achievement for any performer. Other inductees include Gloria Estefan and Lionel Richie, so that's a pretty big deal. I like the sash. Where do you put that? Over a cookie jar, like a tall one in your kitchen, just to see it all the time? Anyway, if you would like to see him get honored, that'll be the Kennedy Center Honors airing on December 26th. Are you stuffy like that? Sounds stuffy. Like I'm talking about it here on Hot Topics, but December 26th on CBS, are you watching? Sounds stuffy. I already smell mothballs. All right, look, we've got more great show for you today. We're kicking off our holiday gift grab for the studio audience, but up next, we've got the inside scoop on Russell Simmons resigning, and Matt Lauer. So grab a snack and come on back.